As Dean, one of my primary goals has been to optimize our culture of collaboration, innovation, empathy, and excellence for all who work, learn, teach, care, and discover at UCSF. Our pride values are important for clarifying beliefs and behaviors, but it is our people who build our culture. Building and sustaining a great culture requires intentional effort from everyone. It's not about what we proclaim, it's about what we practice and promote every day. Managing change is always difficult, especially in a decentralized institution such as ours. Add to that, the challenges of the last 2 years have left their mark on our institution and our society for years to come. As we work to reimagine our post-pandemic environment and to support a thriving workforce, we must intentionally preserve what makes UCSF great while addressing the challenges that the past 2 years exacerbated. I am grateful for your efforts and your dedication to the UCSF School of Medicine, which continued to drive our missions to train 21st century physician and science leaders, bridge academic research, health policy, and community practice, forge new discoveries, and provide accessible healthcare to all. Your hard work has set the stage for exciting things on the horizon. Here's a look at some of the ways we listened, learned, and improved in 2022, and what's to come in 2023.
This year, Dean King hosted monthly virtual small group meetings with School of Medicine faculty and staff to discuss how we can build community, increase engagement, and create a culture where all may thrive. We received thoughtful feedback from participants, and the insights have been informative as we begin to develop strategies for the year ahead. We will post a series of frequently asked questions that came up during these chats to our website in early 2023. We devoted our 2022 School of Medicine Leadership Retreat to culture change. We sought to identify the key characteristics of the dominant UCSF culture and how they show up in the way we work, understand for whom our culture is working and for whom it is not, envision a strategy to optimize our culture for all who work, learn, care, and discover at UCSF, and identify what systems we must put in place to support leaders in creating the conditions in which our faculty, staff, and learners thrive and do their best work. As an outcome from this year's leadership retreat, we created a culture playbook that distills some key takeaways and provides ideas for how you might help preserve what makes UCSF great and to address cultural challenges.
Thank you to everyone who participated in the 2022 UCSF Staff Engagement Survey. Your responses helped us understand staff experiences as we navigate returning to work in a hybrid work model and managing the challenges of on-site and remote work. They also helped us track our progress on improving our staff's sense of belonging, as we were able to hear different segments of our staff experience working at UCSF. We were pleased to see many trends hold steady, including a majority of you reporting feeling actively engaged in your roles and a continued strong connection to the School of Medicine's mission and purpose. There were some new questions added, including whether you plan to be working at UCSF 1 year from now and why. We were heartened to see that the majority of you answered yes, and many specified flexible ways of working as a primary reason. This reflects well on the staffing plans and telework guidelines put in place to support you, your teams, and our core missions. A continued focus on addressing the issues you have raised will enable the extraordinary people of UCSF to advance health worldwide through excellence in education, research, healthcare, and public service.
In collaboration with UCSF Health, the School of Medicine organized a series of town halls to summarize data from the fiscal year 22 UCSF Health Physician Survey and discuss topics including improvements for fiscal year 23, clinical workloads, values alignment and investments in our people and our health system, faculty salaries, and faculty salary equity review by gender and UIM status. A new physician work experience smart sheet is being developed to provide the big picture of all the work streams actively being undertaken relevant to physician experience. The topics will be updated quarterly with the goal of providing more visibility into the work as a whole and also to help physicians know about progress in real time for the topics of interest.
In February 2022, we began offering Ginger, an online mental health resource, to help support medical student emotional and mental health needs. In response to student requests that we expand mental health services, particularly for access to BIPOC mental health coaches and counselors, the UCSF School of Medicine independently contracted with Ginger to help support student emotional and mental well-being at no additional cost to medical students. Ginger provides immediate, around-the-clock access to a diverse care team. It supports the development of their care team with multicultural competency training, and more than 40% of its coaches and clinicians identify as BIPOC. Importantly, coaches are available to chat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Private video sessions with a therapist or psychiatrist are also available outside of school hours, on evenings, and on weekends.
In the summer of 2022, the Dean's Office sponsored a summer book club series. We put together a list of several books that provided insight into why organizational culture may work for some and not for others, and hosted book club meetings for interested faculty and staff. These book clubs were facilitated by some of the School of Medicine's leaders and provided lively discussion and the opportunity to interact with colleagues from across the school. The book club stimulated discussion and inspired us to design creative solutions to support a thriving environment for our faculty, staff, and learners.
In September of 2022, the Office of Graduate Medical Education launched a new limited series podcast to share the specific clinical, teaching, advocacy, and systems skills today's residents and fellows need to be leaders in the clinical learning environment. The podcast series is hosted by Dr. Erick, a professor of clinical psychiatry in the UCSF School of Medicine. Dr. Hung is the Associate Dean for Students and the former Director of Curricular Affairs for Graduate Medical Education for the UCSF School of Medicine. During each episode, Dr. Hung, together with a UCSF faculty member and a UCSF trainee, explore topics influencing the future of graduate medical education. Over the course of 13 episodes, Dr. Hung and guests discuss topics including how to create a positive learning climate, promoting well-being in medicine, anti-racism, eliminating waste and promoting sustainable healthcare practices, fostering inclusive leadership, creating a culture of psychological safety in interprofessional teams, and more.
Fall of 2022 marked the completion of the first full academic year of the UCSF School of Medicine's Anti-Oppression Curriculum Initiative, or AOCI, the 3-year process of evaluation, reflection, and redesign, which aims to move the entire 4-year Bridges curriculum towards an increasingly anti-oppressive approach. This initiative is made possible through the collaboration of a diverse and deeply committed group of faculty, students, and staff who have made the conversation deeper and helped to clarify and at times shift the priorities of this work. The AOCI is a foundational element of the School of Medicine's broader anti-oppression charter. The first year of the AOCI focused on laying a foundation by assembling a core team, seeking advice from outside consultants, completing a curriculum-wide needs assessment in collaboration with curricular leaders, setting the vision, and building infrastructure for sustainable change.
In the next phase of the Differences Matter initiative, the School of Medicine will transform existing structures to sustain the successes of the first 5 years of the initiative, and will implement new areas of focus designed to target high-impact areas that have the potential to accelerate the achievement of equity, belonging, and anti-oppression across the medical profession. These include diversify medicine by expanding faculty and leadership from historically excluded groups to transform UCSF and the nation's medical schools to better solve the complex problems that continue to face our increasingly diverse communities. Generate, disseminate, and apply new knowledge by critically analyzing and exploring the role of race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, and oppression related to membership in diverse groups of medicine, science, and health, in particular in emerging fields of population health and precision medicine. Build anti-racism, anti-oppression expertise within UCSF by establishing competencies by role and devising educational strategies for individuals to develop these competencies, using both internal and curated external resources. The work of Differences Matter is led by the Differences Matter co-directors, overseen by our executive sponsors, Drs. Matthew Bucknor and Catherine Lucy, and supported by a stakeholder advisory council.
As the AOCI moves into its second year, the initiative will continue to be guided by a commitment to collaboration. The team will continue to partner with curricular leaders in adapting curricular materials to align with our anti-oppressive aims, while also working together to envision and design new sessions to deepen engagement with and learning about anti-racism and anti-oppression. Initial best practices related to the representation of race and ethnicity and sex and gender in the curriculum will be shared with the School of Medicine community with a plan to continue to deepen these recommendations over time. The team will continue to strengthen connections with the Center for Faculty Educators to consider how faculty development can best align with anti-oppressive efforts in the curriculum, with the Student Experience team to enhance the support available to students as they navigate their medical education, and with the Evaluations team to continue to collaborate on the launch of a new approach to curricular evaluation that prioritizes anti-oppression.
Thank you to everyone who shared your voice this past year and provided valuable insights to help us on our culture change path. You help support the successful achievement of our missions and model our pride values in everything you do. Together, we can continue to promote a culture of equity, dialogue, and teamwork that will empower everyone to succeed at the UCSF School of Medicine. Thank you for your hard work, and Happy New Year.